Welcome to the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. Virgo, this is your general reading. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, 6th house, etc. Here we have some mermaid cards coming out of the gate. Thanks for stopping by to watch the channel. We appreciate your likes and subscribes and shares and your energy in helping us spread the word about our channel gives back to others because others can hear the messages as well. Thank you for being a messenger yourself. We have freedom here, independence, self-determination. We have a badass amongst us here in this reading. This is definitely your wake-up call from Spirit. The universe wants you to know that you are totally coming out of the shadows of the depths of hell right here. And you put yourself there and you know it. And this isn't meant to be a reading where you're getting a spanking from Spirit or myself, because I would never do such a thing to anyone. But you have to admit when you put yourself into that lowly place, okay? You don't deserve to be there, but you treat yourself as if you deserve to be there. And that's the thing you've got to work on, is your mindset. Your mind, your thoughts are poisoned with fear. Now, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you and that you have to fix yourself or change yourself or be anybody different than you are, okay? You're beautiful just the way you are, even in your shadow self, okay? Your shadow self is there for a reason. It's trying to protect you. But the thing is it's become dysfunctional, and it's protecting you from the good stuff as well as the bad stuff. And actually, in doing the dysfunction there, it's taking you to the bad stuff and it's pushing away the good stuff. You see, instead of bringing in the good stuff, it's bringing in the bad stuff. And it's dysfunctional because it's doing the opposite of what you're really wanting it to, but you don't know how to make it go the other way, okay? And that's not your fault that you don't know how to make it go the other way. But what you need to do is you need to get some help. And it's not always easy to find help sometimes in life, to get the right kind of help. And it's intuition time for you, okay? You've got to wake up your intuition. The best way to do that is to get some tarot cards, some oracle cards, and use the divination tool on your own to help you trust your own intuition. Get a deck called Angel Answers by Radleigh Valentine. And this is also Doreen Virtue, but I think Radleigh Valentine for sure. And that's a really great deck for you to have to help you practice listening to your intuition. And the more you practice listening to your intuition, the less you're going to find yourself in these kind of grimy circumstances. Now, don't judge yourself. It's just an observation, okay? Grimy isn't necessarily quote unquote bad, but it's just a different experience, okay? Recognize that you're having experiences, and the better your thoughts become, the better you treat yourself, the better your experiences come. And you have to allow yourself permission to have good things in your life. You deserve it, okay? You totally, totally deserve it. And you have to remind yourself of that every single day. There's a book called Louise Hay. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. Louise Hay. Look for Hay House Publishing. They have all kinds of good stuff. Now, we have vulnerability here. Open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. Now, you really want someone to catch you, to hold you, to wrap you up and keep you safe. But you put on this really bitchy bad girl attitude that nobody really wants to deal with. But it's your protective mechanism, okay? It's not a bad thing about you, but it's not really who you are deep down, okay? She's there to protect you from the big bad wolf, okay? But she's turning into a big bad bitch and you don't need her anymore, okay? Crack that ego and let her go, all right? She's not serving you anymore. She used to, okay? She's an old version of you and she's got to go, okay? Or you're going to remain in your own prison, and that's in your mind, okay? Galactic healer, move forward with an open mind, okay? There is fresh energy coming through here. There is a galactic presence. You are someone who is extremely, what's the word? It's a cosmic word. It's a Pleiadian word. You are connected to the other forces outside of Earth. However, your energy is rather toxic for them to be able to communicate with you. However, they are still with you. They are still guiding you on your journey, and they're helping bring in this breath of fresh air. Look at this, open intuition. Seek clarification. All right? It's time for you to be paying attention to your intuition, and these forces are going to come through. These are guides for you. They are forces coming through. They're going to come here and help you clear out some of this toxicity. You need to clear out some toxicity. You were real wounded. It's not your fault that you're wounded. Just take the time to do a new moon or a full moon ritual, depending when you're watching this, and go to nature as best as you can. Even if all you can do is get yourself a house plant or go to the plant store even, and who cares what anybody thinks or says. Just take a few moments and take a few deep breaths and talk to the thing that's green and feels calming for you, you know. Get your green space on, get your meditation room on, whatever it is for you. Get quiet. Talk to the universe. Take some really deep, slow breaths into your belly and ask the universe to bring the clearing, to bring the vortex of clear, crisp energy to blast through the blockages that are in your third eye and in your sacral chakra too. Now, we have the spindle tree here. This is the Spirit of Nature Oracle, and we're going to look this up here, and it might take me a second to find this because they're not numbered in here, but we will experience the page eventually. Do 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 do. We got the Jeopardy music going on. Here it is. Touch the spindle. We have the Sleeping Beauty quote coming out. The Green Man wisdom here is destiny moves us to do great things. The Spirit wants you to know here, weavers of the stars. In many myths, weaving goddesses were said to spin the very fabric of creation. The Egyptian goddess Neith carried a shuttle and was said to spin the universe into being. At some point, she was identified with the Greek Athena, another goddess of weaving, who was said to have taught the art to the women of the classical world. Athena had a famous encounter with a Lydian weaver named Arachne, who declared her weaving to be finer than Athena's. The two had a contest, and while Athena wove stories of mortals who had angered the gods, Arachne wove tales of the gods' errors, work that so infuriated Athena, either due to its subject matter or because it really was better than her own. She tore it to pieces. Arachne was so stricken, she hanged herself, and Athena turned her into a spider. There is a real competitive nature that's toxic, and you've got to let it go, okay? Otherwise, you're going to end up the fly in the spider web, okay? Because the universe will show you what it is you're doing to other people when you're not realizing what it is you're doing to other people. If you catch what I'm saying, the roles become reversed. Now, the universe is not sinister and evil and trying to hurt you. The universe wants to open your heart so that you can be more compassionate to others. But sometimes until we get that bonk on the head from the universe, we don't see the error of our own ways. But we have the return of Aphrodite here. Temple, birth of goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred with the dolphins here. The dolphins are extremely important for you. They will be a guide for you in your life. Always look for the dolphin energy to tell you where you're going in the right direction, okay? Always look for the dolphins to tell you when you're going in the right direction. And you're always going to make it, okay? This is not a bad reading, okay? This is just an opening for you. You're not doing it wrong. You've never done it wrong. But this is the time for you to evolve and change, okay? And if you continue on the path that you're on, well, you could potentially just betray yourself, okay? You don't want to betray yourself. Essentially, you can only ever betray yourself, or you can, exonerate yourself and, elevate yourself, right? We have water flight at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of emotion. It's real heavy right now. And that's okay. Just let it be heavy. And eventually you're going to feel more empowered, okay? Because you're going to let all that emotion go. You're going to sink down deep. And you're going to let yourself be blue. And recognize there's a lot of wisdom down at the deep of those heavy emotions, okay? There's a lot of wisdom. You got the whales down there. And, it might be really good for you to listen to frequency, solfeggio frequency, and that can help you to calm your nervous system. Look up binaural beats. And see, this is going to bring you into a more empowering feeling, though. And see, we have these dolphins here again. Now, they're definitely going to be a guide for you. And the emotional release is necessary in order for you to lighten your load. Okay, so don't be afraid of it when it seems extreme. You will get through those feelings eventually. Just pretend you have a surfboard, all right? And every time you get a wave, just catch the wave and ride it. And eventually, you'll get back out of the water. Spiritual evolution, set your heart free, okay? Eventually, you're going to be able to drift through those heavier feelings with a brightness instead of, it won't be as heavy. See, there's there's a shade brighter to me. Like this is a little bit darker, and you'll be able to see that element. Okay, we're going to get another one of these tree cards. We have the alder. there's an opening, but there's also there's an opening and there's a trimming. It's like a pruning, if you will. There's a pruning happening here. That's the universe wanting to tell you that you have to, there's a little bit of wild to you. And it's not that the wild is bad, but there's a need for your spirit to clip some of that back in order for you to gain more perspective, okay? And, you know, it's just being like a little bit overgrown and you want to clear it out a little bit. And that has to do with your mind and your emotions and stuff. Like, you really need to clear that stuff out in order for the light to come back on. All right. Thank you for being here. We hope that this reading was insightful and helpful for you on your path. We love you at the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. We have readings for sale in the description box. Check them out. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.